Welcome back, everyone, to the IIHF Sports Podcast. It's been a week. It's been a little longer. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. 2020 is now behind us, and we are now officially in the new year. So we're going to start off with our first podcast of the year. So hopefully, we'll get to all the stuff that we can get to today, because it's going to be a pretty solid one.
Yeah, a lot of news.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that happened. So how you doing, Justin? How you feeling this week? It's Monday, but
I know. First episode of the year. You didn't upload last Friday, so that's why there's a ton of news this week. So I think we should get right into it.
All right, let's get into it with probably one of my favorite topics here, the World Juniors. Let's start off with that. So when we left off, Canada was 2-0. They just came off beating Slovakia. They had two more group games and then a quarterfinal game because they ended up making the quarterfinals. So for the third game that they played was against Switzerland. They won. They absolutely dominated that game with 10 goals to nothing. So it's 10-0 Canada. Pretty solid, which is what I like to see. Some people might not find it entertaining. I find it very entertaining to watch our team just destroy another team. I said literally on the last podcast, I said Quinn Byfield hasn't done much in the tournament so far. Meanwhile, he puts up six points in that game.
Yeah, I know, that was funny.
Yeah, so Canada was now 3-0 going into the next game against Finland.
Yeah.
You want to touch on that Switzerland game for a sec? What do you think on it? Well, how was it in your eyes? I thought it was a great game performance from Canada too.
Yeah, again, like Dylan Cousins, again, like all the guys that you thought would step up, stepped up. It's a typical Canada game in the group stage where they just blow out opponents out there. So it was like, oh well, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Agreed. So now we move on to the last group stage game against a pretty solid team in Finland, who was also 3-0. So this was for top of the group, and the winner of that game would play the Czech Republic in the quarterfinals of this tournament. So Canada comes out with an early lead. I think it was 1 or 2-0 in the first period. And okay, the second period, I'm pretty sure it was 3-1 or 3-1. Yeah, they got, it was like back and forth a little bit. Then the last period, we got an empty netter and we won the game against Finland. Pretty solid.
Yeah,
we dominated with shots. Like the shots weren't even like close for a little bit.
I know it was a good defensive performance by the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like Byram, I think I'm pretty sure Drysdale was playing. Gooley was playing. Again, another great defensive performance by Team Canada. This is what they've been doing this whole time. Their goalie Levi, he's a stud. He's like almost a 970 save percentage, and it's
That's
like
really good,
really solid. He's like obviously better than all the other goalies in the World Juniors right now.
I think he's better than Hofer. Like remember we had Hofer last year.
Maybe.
I think he's personally better because he's been performing really well.
He might be like he's no joke. Like he's really good goalie.
But you know who's been really impressing me a lot? Dylan Cousins. This guy.
Yeah. I know.
He's been scoring every game. Sucks that he's on Buffalo, right? I mean, he's on the Sabres. I mean, maybe that team has a future, maybe. But you know what? Buffalo's really lucky to have a player like that. I mean, this guy's scoring every single game. Putting up at least 3 points a game around there, maybe.
Yeah. And then so Canada wins the group, which no surprise there. Then they go on to play the Czechs in the quarterfinals, and that was a game.
That was close. That was very close.
Czechs put up a good fight, surprisingly. I was not expecting that close of a game. Now, again, Czechs are decent, but like Canada is just over the top amazing.
So the final score, the first goal was Dylan Cousins.
Again.
I think it was in the first period. Of course, Dylan Cousins again. The second period, were there any goals? I don't even think there were any goals.
I don't think there were. No.
And then the third period, Canada put someone put the puck in the net again. I forget who it was. And I think Connor McMichael got the empty netter, and they won the game. 3-0. 3-0.
Last like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
On a power play at one point.
Yeah. I know. 3-0 win for Canada. Pretty solid. Now we're playing Russia tonight at 6:00. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's why we did the podcast earlier in the day because we want to watch that later. What are your predictions for that game? Because I have Canada winning, I think 3-2.
Yeah. Honestly, it hasn't gone to overtime yet. So if it's gonna go to overtime, it's gonna go to overtime tonight. If it does, like it may be. I think whoever gets the first goal is gonna win the game. Personally, The first goal always matters. That's why Canada's always gotten the first goal, and they ended up winning the game. So if they get the first goal, though, then you know what? Whoever gets the first goal could possibly win, but anything can happen in the game, right? So.
We've seen it in multiple sports. But I think Canada wins. The other semifinals game is tonight. USA Finland. I want to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with honestly. If Finland can put the puck in the net early, it's going to be Finland, but I have the U.S. winning that.
I think Zegras is going to have a big game.
Yeah, the Americans versus I think it's going to be the Americans versus the Canadians in the final.
Man, I got to say, Trevor Zegras, prospect of the Ducks, that guy is a stud out there. He cannot be stopped. He can snipe, pass, like he could do it all. I'm pretty sure I've been playing great defense, so it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's gonna be good games tonight.
Now, if Finland goes on to beat the Americans, Leaf prospect Ronnie Hirvonen is there. So, like, you feel me? So it's like, if a Leaf prospect can win gold, then that's fine. Or Amirov, Leaf prospect who took 15. If they can beat Canada and go on to win, it's like, okay, Leaf prospects, but like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we both got Canada and the U.S. in the final.
Yeah, I got.
So moving on to the NHL, right? Going back to what you were saying on prospects, the Leafs have released their training camp lineups for this year, and I was pretty surprised about one person that they didn't have playing, and that was Nick Robertson.
Yeah,
prospect for the Leafs that wasn't allowed to play for the U.S. team in the World Juniors, and is now Pardon?
He was allowed. He just chose not to play.
Yeah, he chose not to play, so he can play with the Leafs. He's not even in the lineup. He wasn't in the training camp lineup. Wasn't even fourth line. Nothing. Well, but the lineups were released. I was pretty surprised with what they did.
Yeah, I was shocked. They moved Hyman to the third line, right wing, and then put Thorne, 41-year-old Thorne, on the first line, left wing.
With so the first line is gonna be Joe Thorne, Austin Matthews, and Mitch Marner. Who would have thought? Again, shout out to Steve Dangle for saying this. He either said, "Ooh, it's gonna be really bad," or "Ooh, it's gonna be really fun." Yeah. And honestly, I kind of want to see how this works. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
When Joe Thorne scores on Carey Price in Game 1,
that'll be fun. All right. Calm down, buddy.
That assist with Matthews and Marner, so that would be like, hey, look at that. But like, I gotta say, Sheldon Keefe. I don't know what he's doing, but hey, if it works out, again, it's training camp. If it works out, then it works out. If it doesn't, then you could just always put Hyman back on the first line because that worked out last year. So it's like, I guess mix and match. Sandin and Lettinen were not like in the top top 9 as like defense.
I know. They had Travis Dermott instead of
Sandin. That's weird because like you have like 4 guys like Rasmus Sandin. They already burned his year of VLC, so he only has 2 left.
Yeah.
Dermott's on a team-friendly contract. Bogosian just won the Cup, and the Lettinen is coming from the KHL. So it's like you have to play those guys. Like you already guaranteed them like a spot, anyways. So it
looks like for the lineups for the Leafs, so they're gonna go with. So I'll tell you guys the lineups right now. I'm pretty sure this is it. I haven't checked. It's looking like the training camp lineups are Joe Thornton at left wing, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner. Second line, VC, Tavares, Nylander.
That's a good one. I like that.
I know that. I kind of like that line, but I was surprised that Jimmy VC is second line material.
But like again, VC wants to prove it. Like if he could put up points, he's gonna get the bag next year. Like he's gonna probably get $3 or $4 million if he puts up because you're playing with Nylander who can score, who's got the net front presence, and Tavares who can be at the net front presence. So it's like if those guys can just pass to VC or VC can pass to those guys, he's gonna collect points and get the plus minus up. So it's like whatever works. So I like.
Yeah. Third line, we got Ilya Mikheyev, Alexander Kerfoot, and Zach Hyman. And the fourth line was who was it?
Right there. Defense and offense right there. We like that.
Yeah.
Fourth line, like Simmons, Spezza, and Barabanov.
Yeah. Barabanov, that's it.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, a couple guys that aren't going to be there. The Leafs picked up Travis Boyd. He's not going to be there.
Well, he's going to be. He's gonna be
Joey Anderson's not in training camp right now either.
I think they are. They're just like not playing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to fit. They have a lot of guys on the side as well.
Pierre Engvall
was
not in the lineup. And, Nick Robertson too. So it's like, well.
Martin Marinchin's not there either.
Hey, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. He could stay out in the building. he could not even show up. Our defense right now of like Lennon, like if Lennon and Sandin are like our depth defense pairs, I'm perfectly fine with that. You know.
So let's go into the defensive pairs. Pretty not surprising with the first two. First two deep pairs, we got Morgan Riley, and we got someone like TJ Brody, who's going to be replacing the right side. Very, very solid defenseman right there. He's a left-handed defenseman, and he can also play on the right side. Very solid. They need that right-handed defense. Yeah. Second pair of D, Jake Muzzin and Justin Hall. I was surprised that Justin Hall was bumped up to that.
I'm not okay. That was their shutdown pair last year. That's the pair that they had to go to because Cody Ceci was not doing it, like, let's be honest, with Morgan Riley. So they had to go to that pair of Muzzin and Hall, and it worked out decent. Like I wasn't like frustrated, you know, most of the time. Like I was like when they're on the ice together, I'm like okay, because Muzzin Hall look good on the ice, you know, like Muzzin fills his shoes, you know. So like Muzzin is a veteran type of defender right there who can still play defense well, right? So it's like he can pick up Hall when Hall, you know, makes an error or anything, you know. So I like that pair. You know, they can work together. So like, and then the third pair was like, what was it again? It was like, oh yeah, Dermott and
Bogosian.
I feel like when I watched that lineup, it could either one get me happy because Dermott is gonna have I feel like he's gonna have a good season. He has to. You know, he's only gonna pick league min at 24. He needs to have a good season. Bogosian just won the cup, and I know he can fight. We've seen it happen. I think he played like top 4 with the Tampa Bay Lightning last year. So it's like, now again, I could get really angry with these guys because I've seen them make many errors in the defensive zone, or I could be like, hey, that's not a bad play. So it's like, I don't know what to do.
With Zach Bogosian and Travis Dermott gets hit or like a dirty hit, Bogosian's going to come in there and like try and wreck him because this guy could fight. This guy could drop the gloves and knock some people out. So you know what? It's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid defense pair right there.
I know. You like that. I know. Sam, right now.
Let's move on. Pardon me? What were you going to say?
The score is better than the Bruins' defense score.
I think so, too. I honestly think so as well.
What is that? Like, yeah. Let's go to the Habs right there.
Or no, we forgot the goaltenders. We forgot the goaltenders. Goaltenders, pretty solid. I mean, honestly, I like what they have. I honestly like what they have. Like, they don't have any bad, like, reserve goaltenders, right? Like they have Hutchins. Okay, I'll go into this. Frederik Andersen, Jack Campbell, and on their third option, Aaron Dell. Their last option, surprisingly, going from backup to the fourth option in Michael Hutchinson. Now, Michael Hutchinson wasn't playing that great, but again, isn't he young? Is he young as well? I don't even know how old he is.
He's like 30-something. Well, he wasn't playing well, then they traded him to Colorado, and then they got him back. So it's like, well, depth goaltending, so. It's like, oh, well, just take
it. And I mean, I feel like Aaron Dell on a new setting will play better. So, like, if they ever have to.
He wasn't even bad last year, too.
I know, like, exactly. He was just on a terrible Sharks team. Now with good defense, right?
Yeah, so.
With underpaid defense, not overpaid, but like, in Brad Burns and Erik Karlsson, they actually have the opportunity. He actually has an opportunity to, like, prove himself, be like, I'm not a bad goalie. And maybe stays there for another, maybe gets another extension, maybe. If Jack Campbell or Freddie, because honestly, you know what could happen? Freddie Anderson's a UFA next season, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
So what if he doesn't re-sign? They could push for Jack Campbell to be the starter and have Aaron Dell be the backup. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with that because like if you could develop Jack Campbell to be a good goalie like that to make him become a starter, that's fine because he's not even a bad goalie.
I know. Like if Freddie Anderson leaves, right? I feel like the goaltending, like the Leafs goaltending could be like Colorado, like the Columbus one, where they have Merzlikins and Korpisalo, like a 1A, 1B thing. If Freddie Anderson leaves, because Aaron Dell could play starter minutes, like he's done this before. He has the games. He did it with the Sharks with that terrible defense out there. Jack Campbell, he could play backup, so he could probably do like a 50-50 split in the season with Aaron Dell.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a Columbus thing where they do like Korpisalo and Merzlikins, you know?
Yeah.
So if Freddie goes, you still have goaltending, and plus you still have Joseph Wall out there in the AHL. So it's like you still got talent out there.
Hang on, let's if you focus on this, since it's a 60 game season, if they come like okay, I don't think it's gonna happen. If they don't make the playoffs, like let's say they miss the playoffs this year, or like they're getting like every game they're getting at least every game it's got to be like a 6-5 win or something like where they're allowing at least 4 like above 4 goals a game. Honestly, it might have to be the time for Frederik Andersen to go because a lot of people were saying it was the defense as well. They improved on the defense. If this still doesn't work, you got to get rid of the goalie. It has to be Frederik Andersen then.
Yeah. If they don't get past the first round, then it's like, well, Freddie it might be.
Freddie's got to go, man. He's got to go.
He's 0-8 in clinching games, but look at the defense that we've had. Like Morgan Riley's best defensive partner was like who? Ron Hainsey. Like nobody. Like no. Cody Ceci. Like no.
Tyson Barrie, right? So now that they have the defense, I personally think they'll do better. But if they don't make it past the first round, and they're allowing like 4 goals a game, Frederik Andersen's got to go, bro.
But I think it'll be fine. I think I'll have a good season.
All right, let's go to the Habs now. They released their lineups. I was pretty shocked with the first line that they're probably rolling with. I mean, I'm not surprised about one player that's up there, or 2 players. I was just surprised about one. Okay, so the first line, Drouin, Suzuki, and Josh Anderson. Honestly, a lot of people are gonna say I personally like that line. I think the chemistry is gonna work well together. Because Nick Suzuki and Drouin are young, right? They're there. They're probably gonna put up the goals. Josh Anderson's gonna be there, also trying to put up goals. Yeah. So I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work good. I was a little surprised that they put Josh Anderson there and not Tyler Toffoli because Josh Anderson has been injured last season. He only played a couple games or something.
Yeah. Honestly, that line, I actually like that line.
I know. I knew it. It's a nice line, dude.
I kind of like because you have everything. You have Drouin who can put up a good season. You have Suzuki who's fast, and then you have Anderson who can fight. So you have everything that you need. And I'm pretty sure Suzuki can come back and play defense. He's a 2-way player.
Yeah, his defense is improved. Suzuki over the last couple.
I'm seeing him really play defense a lot, so I don't really.
Drouin could have a good season or have a bad season. I personally think with this new team, with the new adjustments to the team, I think he's gonna have a good season.
Yeah, so it's like you got everything there on that first line. I kind of like it. It all makes sense. Like, I wish my guy Tyler Toffoli was there on the first line too, because we love to see Tyler Toffoli on the first line.
But think about this. Going into the second line here, Tyler Toffoli, Kotkaniemi, and who was Armia. I was a little surprised about that line for me.
On the second line,
Armia personally, I mean Corey Perry on it would be there, but he's not. He just got signed, so I don't.
Second line.
No, not second line. I mean like on the team, like training with them.
Second line.
Personally, I would have put Arturi Lehkonen at the second line, or maybe
I would put Gallagher on the second line.
Or Gallagher, but they still have the Dano Tatar line, right? With Gallagher, which has good chemistry, and I personally didn't think that was they were like first line for me because they weren't doing much in the regular season with that line.
I see an idea.
So now that they put them on the third line, I think it'll work better like this, right?
Yeah,
because you got your young guy. You got to give your young guys opportunities, and this is a perfect opportunity for guys like KK and Suzuki, right? Drouin's up there too. Josh Anderson, Toffoli, right? These guys are just entering their next couple years of their NHL. Like Toffoli's probably in his prime right now.
I think so.
Josh Anderson should be up there soon. Drouin as well. Like the young players are up there, right?
I know they performed well.
Now the one I like I said, Armia, I personally think should be on the third line. But he did play pretty well in that Philadelphia series. I'm not gonna lie. He played all right. He got a couple points. You know what? Maybe if it's working in training camp, it's gonna show on the ice. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, okay. Hopefully.
So the third line, they're keeping Their third line, they're gonna keep Tatar, Dano, and Gallagher. Like I said, I like it on the third line. Usually people would say first line. Honestly, it wasn't working. So you know what? It's good that maybe second line, but Toffoli does not deserve to be on the third line. So that's why they moved them to the third.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna work better like this as well.
Yeah, I feel you on that. The third line, we've seen it work before. So I don't see why switching it up. It's like we've seen it work in the past. So there's no need to switch it. Like they almost beat Philly out there with that line. So it's like, hey, you know what? Just roll with it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you just got to switch it up. So it's like, just got to roll with it.
And the fourth line is gonna. It looks like it's gonna be Paul Byron. I forget the center. Who was the center again? Forget who it was.
Kind of forgot who it was.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. And I think the right wing was Jordan Wheel. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, was it? Hold on, one sec.
Pretty sure. I'm gonna try and pull it up right now. Was it? Yeah.
Was it?
And then I know who they have on their like.
Yeah.
Let me see. Habs lineup. Who do they got?
Evans. Jake Evans.
That's it. Jake Evans again. Young player again. They got the young guys at center except for Deneau, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got Jake Evans. It's Paul Byron, Jake Evans, and
Lehkonen.
Yeah. No, it's not Lehkonen, it's Jordan Wheel, right?
No, it said Lehkonen on there.
Oh yeah, Lehkonen, sorry. Yeah, it is Lehkonen. My bad. Yeah, so they got Lehkonen on the fourth line. I think that line's gonna work. It's just a fourth line, so it's not gonna be your best line, but I feel like that's gonna work.
I guess depth forward, so it's
Exactly.
like, hey, it works. You know?
And I'm pretty sure on the side, we have a lot of players on reserves. Let me pull that up right now. We have a lot of players. So let's get to the rest of the team. Hang on a sec.
Well, we already know the goalies, Price and Allen. We already know that.
Let me just grab. Gotta find it. They posted a lot here, so I just gotta. Oh yeah, we also got the Habs also got a couple younger players too. So we got on the side for the forwards, we have Michael Frolik from the Buffalo Sabres we just signed. We have him as well, who can be put up there. Corey Perry, he's also there. Ryan Poling, right? Who's going to be there too. Yeah. That's, I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. So
could Cole Caulfield start next year?
I don't know, dude. The Habs have a lot of young players, bro. They have a lot of players.
Caulfield actually make the roster, because dude, after what he's doing in the playoff in the World Juniors, he might make it. He might make it.
Yeah. Who else do they got? They got a lot of young players from Western, some parts of Canada.
Yeah.
Some these guys that are not as known yet, but the ones that I'm surprised that are still there. We still have are Michael Frolik and Corey Perry. So Cole Caulfield's going to be there too for the forwards. Yeah, the forwards group for the Habs is looking pretty good. All right, let's quickly roll through the defense quickly. So for the defense, it's looking like Ben Sherratt, Shea Weber, same as last year. Edmondson, Petrie, okay, new addition with Edmondson. Alexander Romanov, I think he's going to play with.
Should.
Yeah, with who is it again?
Not a Habs fan. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I think Brett Kulak is going to be there or something like that. Yeah. Pretty solid defense. They have also Kaden Gooley who's going to be there next. Could be there soon.
Well, yeah, maybe next year. I don't know about this year though. I think he's up to develop. They
still got other guys like Victor Mete there who's been there. Ouellette. It's not bad, right? It's pretty solid. It's pretty not bad defense. I think it's fine. It's solid. It could be improved, but And obviously, we already know the starting two goaltenders, Carey Price and Jake Allen. Pretty solid. I really like this. I really like that we have a backup goalie now. On the side here, we got Charlie Lindgren, Michael McHiven, I think that's his name, Caden Premio, and Vlasi Diminchenko. So they got some young goal. They got three other goalies. So
I guess so.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take.
It's fine because game one, just.
Oh my goodness, my freaking! Hang on a sec. There we go. I accidentally clicked my computer. Clicked my mouse. I thought I lost you for a second. But yeah, the team's looking pretty solid. I like what they're doing. They got a lot of young guys still that can come up. Honestly, this team's gonna make the playoffs. Potentially win that. Potentially.
People still think they're not going to make the playoffs.
I know they will make the playoffs. There's literally a possibility that they come out going into the Stanley Cup semifinal. It's a possibility.
That is true.
For real, because I have them beating the Leafs in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
I think that will happen. That could happen. That's another thing. We can beat the Flames, and if we could take care of McDavid and Draisaitl, we can beat the Oilers. We can, bro. It's a very high possibility. If they make the playoffs, it's a very high chance they'll go to the Stanley Cup semifinal, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, the top 4 Canadian teams they all have the same chance of making it.
Yeah, they all have a good chance. Like the Leafs, Oilers, Flames. So that's that's what we think. We don't know if that's gonna happen, obviously.
That is true.
Because for all we know, the Leafs might not even make it. Like what? Or the Habs, or like the Oilers, right?
Watch that happen. Matthews has like a 5-goal season. Hopefully not. Let's get to the signings finally. Zdeno Chara signs a 1-year deal with the Washington Capitals.
I was very, very surprised about that signing.
He signed this like right after he said he's not coming back to the Bruins. So I was like, oh, Leafs maybe. But then I was like, nah.
But you know who was very close? That jersey right there. The Habs, very close, very close. The Habs were very close to signing Chara. I wouldn't even be mad at that, bro.
Yeah. There was a report saying that Zdeno Chara's wife didn't want to play in a Canadian market because of like the COVID rules and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like he just chose Washington. I'm like, wow, they were actually that close.
I know.
Chara.
I
was like, well, it was fine.
Can you imagine Shea Weber and Chara as your first line pair? I don't think that would happen because they're both slow.
No. I don't think that would happen.
But that'd be pretty nice. I would love to see I would honestly really love to see Jeff Petrie and Chara as a D pair.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, he signed with the Capitals. We signed with the Capitals, so I mean they got a solid defense. They got better in the offseason, even though they didn't do much. I think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. They weren't even a bad team. They just ran into a hot Islanders team last year. The team is still a good team.
No. I think the Islanders had their number. Barry Trotz, former Washington coach. So
that's probably one of the main reasons.
They're stingy defensively, good goaltending up there. So it's like it was all set up for the Islanders to win. So
yeah.
It's like, John Marino, I like this. Signs a 6-year deal, $24 million or something like that.
Total, yeah. He got a pretty big bag with the Penguins.
Got a good deal. I like that signing because we've talked about this to our Pittsburgh friend. I've said like John Marino to Toronto right now. I would love that.
Yeah.
He's a good defenseman. He's young. I think he plays right. He's defensively he could play defense. That's a good deal. Only at $4 million, 6 years.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good contract. I think that'll look good. That'll look like a bargain contract in the next 3 to 5 years. That'll be a really good contract. So right now, I like that deal.
Yeah, exactly. I think I like it. I like it as well, bro.
Yeah.
Personally could have came somewhere else, maybe Toronto, right?
Yeah, I know that would have been.
But you know what? It's fine. I'm glad he found a home. Like that guy's gonna be a really good star in the upcoming future. Pittsburgh's doing a pretty decent job building him up as well. Playing with Chris Letang as well, so he's got a mentor around him. So.
True. Ryan Strome signs a 2-year, $6 million deal.
Isn't it Dylan Strome?
Oh, is it Dylan? Oh, yeah. Ryan Strome plays it. Yeah. Dylan Strome signs a 2-year, $6 million deal, $3 million per year.
With the Blackhawks.
See, I like that deal. I wanted the Leafs to actually go out and target him in the off season, to maybe replace Kerfoot out there. I think because he's less money, But hey, you know what? Strome gets $3 million per year. Good for him. He's gonna play with a terrible Blackhawks team, so it's like, hey, maybe that team's future right now is kind of down the toilet. But you gotta wait. You gotta trust the process. You gotta wait. They should wait. They have 3 cups. They should.
Exactly. They should wait now. I think it's time for Montreal or Toronto to come win a Stanley Cup. A Canadian team. How about this? A Canadian team trying to win the Stanley Cup. Whoever it is, just win the Stanley Cup for Canada, bro.
And the final signing, Pierre-Luc Dubois signs a 2-year, $10 million contract.
Now, I saw something on this. He was again, he was close. It might still go down. I don't even know. Apparently, they're going to do. I think there were a lot of targets from the Blue Jackets for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Could have been Drouin, Cole Caulfield, and Deneau. So they would honestly, I wouldn't be upset if they did a Deneau for Luc Dubois and a pick. I don't think they should get rid of Cole Caulfield. I know that the Blue Jackets want him, but if the Habs don't want to get rid of him, throw in a first round pick in there and Deneau for Luc Dubois.
Pierre-Luc Dubois?
Pardon?
You would give up a first for Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yeah, that's the thing though. I don't know because they do want Cole Caulfield and Philip Deneau. I don't think it's fair.
No, I don't see that happening. It's funny because honestly, I think this was a trick for him to get more money because, dude, the day before he signs, he's like, I want to trade out of Columbus. The next day,
he's still not happy though. He's still not. He's not even happy with the team. Still, it makes no sense.
So, I don't know why. Like he got $5 million per year. That's reasonable for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Like don't think you're getting $8 million, buddy. Like $5 million is reasonable for what you do. Like what are you doing? Like you score goals, sure, but it's not it's not like Matthews standards. Like come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfectly reasonable. I don't know why he's not happy. Like there has to be more reports about this eventually.
That team has a future too. Like they're not even a bad team.
They got Seth Jones, Werenski, their goaltenders. It's like Liam Foodie who could score from the corner. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah, he could just score Frederick Anderson in game 5.
You know, like Matthew Barzal. But the final thing here before we go to our NBA, Matthew Barzal still holding out in the contract. He still does not have a contract, and we don't know where this is going. Lula Morello, former Leaf GM, has the talks have been there, but they haven't really gone to any agreement. I think he should get 7 to 8, 7 to 9, honestly. Like he does it all. So it's like
he's their best player, so
Yeah, so like they have to lock him up, or somebody else might offer sheet him. Probably not due to like the cap, but like who knows?
Yeah, exactly. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Going to our NBA now. Final couple topics here. The Raptors are absolutely atrocious. They are 1-4 to start the season. Absolutely horrific defensively. They've had a lead in I think every single game, and they have blown it every single game except for one.
And it was against the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks.
Now tonight, a lot of people are saying like you even predicted that the Raptors would win tonight, right? You predicted it. I said, quote me on this. I said the Celtics will win 107-96. If that happens, if it's close, bro, like, don't play with me, bro. The Celtics will win. The Celtics will win tonight, bro. The Celtics will win tonight.
Yeah, they probably will.
It's tough. I mean, Jaylen Brown is on my fantasy team, but so is Siakam, so I need them both to do stuff.
Yeah. They're still trash. Like, the Raptors are so garbage. Like, I remember, we predicted this. They're not going to be good. Like,
We did, dude. Like,
the Atlanta Hawks are no joke, and they're ahead of the Raptors, so, yeah.
Back to what I was saying on Siakam and Jaylen Brown. My fantasy team's looking pretty nice, eh? Like,
I guess so.
2-0, about projected to go 3-0, maybe 4 already. Yeah. Like, unbelievable, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm an OPGM. Like,
yeah.
Oh man.
An OPGM.
Of course.
Yeah. I think that's it for our basketball news.
We don't need to get anything else, bro. Like, I think that's it. Just the Raptors.
Yeah. You want to get into our soccer news just to cap it off?
Let's just do it. Our teams / team, whatever.
I guess so.
Both like the same Premier League team, but different other teams. So,
we do.
We'll go with Justice. We'll go with the Justice team first. Barcelona play 2 games. 2 games, right?
So, yeah, they tied with I think Ibar. Tied 1-1 in the first game. Braithwaite missed the penalty, and then he scored, but then it was called off. So it was like, okay, well they tie, of course. No one else can do anything. Then they play yesterday against Huesca, who was in last place in the relegation zone, and we beat them. So
by 1 goal though, only 1-0.
We still win. So I think we're 5th now again in La Liga. Well, we should be like top 3. I think if we win our next game, we'll be top 3 in La Liga. So it's like, hey, just win the game. Then we'll be top 3. We'll be back in Champions League position. So it's like, it's fine.
So go over for my team right here. Juventus gets the dub 4-1. Ronaldo scores 2 goals and gets an assist. But they're 5th in Serie A. But guess who? I saw the 1st and 2nd. Inter and AC Milan are like, how many games did they play in the new year already? Like, seriously. Like, for real. Like, they already have like 36 points each. So
they're like 11 points clear. AC Milan has not lost yet.
Yeah.
Game. So
yeah, like, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't know what that was, but whatever. Yeah, Juventus only lost 1 game. It's fine.
Yeah, but they've tied like 6 times, so it's like.
Yeah, they tied 6 times and won 7 times, right? And they also one loss won't do much. I think they're gonna win their next game. I don't even know who they play, but.
Yeah. Our final topic here: Aston Villa getting robbed. So hang
on. We tied Chelsea before we left.
right?
Yeah.
El Ghazi scores, 1-1 after Giroud thinks he's nice. He scored, right? 1-1. Fine. I'll take the point at Stamford Bridge, whatever. I'll take it. 1-1 against Chelsea. Away, 2.
Now, play Man U.
We're tied 1-1 again. We're tied. Traore scored, 1-1. It gives me hope. 3 minutes later, penalty goes to Bruno Pogba, which, again, no penalty. If you have VAR, use it properly. Use it.
I know, bro.
Properly. That's why you have VAR for. He tripped over his own leg, bro. Over his own leg. Pogba does this all the time. He makes a living off this. He sells penalties. Look at that. Like,
and then they score and win the game. It's like,
man, he's gonna score that. Fernandez is gonna score that. He's a magician out there. He scores like every penalty he sees. Unlike me. Like, look at that. He scores.
I know.
He scores that. Unbelievable. And then we can't do anything else all game. The January transfer window is now live. We have to get a defenseman. The defense was shaky out there. Mings out of position. Cash was all right. Matty Target was, he was all right. Like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. Konsa, okay, midfield's fine. Like, Grealish there. Watkins as a striker. El Ghazi there. Like, it's fine. Like, Barkley's going to come back. It's all fine. Okay, the defense, I like our goalie, Emi Martinez. He's keeping us in games. That's fine. Got to get a defender out. We got to get a defender. Big time. Got to get one.
So, Aston Villa's got a tough schedule ahead. They play Liverpool coming up in the third round of, third round of the, FA Cup.
Tottenham, Everton. Then I think they play Burnley. And then they go on to play Southampton. So it's like tough schedule out here. Oh, yeah, Everton, Tottenham, yeah. So it's like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough schedule for Aston Villa. So we'll see what goes on this week. We'll see when they win, if they win their next game or not. So I think that's gonna include the podcast for today.
I think so too.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys. Actually, NHL starts up January 13th. So a week and 2 days from when we're filming this. Pretty solid. Can't wait. Raptors play tonight against the Celtics. Hopefully we get that dub. Team Canada plays Russia tonight, so hopefully we can take that dub and play that gold medal game tomorrow. It's tomorrow. That's the thing too. It's tomorrow.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
And then hopefully Aston Villa wins. Honestly, hopefully Barca wins. Juve wins. We're all happy. Hopefully we're all happy here, right? With our teams winning. And we'll see you guys on Friday. We're going back to our normal schedule now.
Yeah. I think Friday.
Yeah, I think that's it. We'll see you guys on Friday. Take care and peace.